You're not too late. You're not behind. You're not invisible. You are rising. Welcome to Ambition Habits. This is the podcast where women rise together. Here, confidence isn't taught, it's remembered. Belonging isn't earned, it's honoured. And legacy isn't a someday, it's a rhythm we build now. So take a breath and let's begin. Hey there, Tiff here. Welcome to Ambition Habits. This is the podcast where women rise together. So happy to see you. So happy to be back here. It's been a journey for me to be able to get back to getting into Ambition Habits and recording all the episodes that I really want to record and have a huge impact and help you with your sport and life. Just a quick backstory. It's taken me a while to get here. Earlier in the year, my husband was quite ill, so it was getting him all organised and getting him set so that he's, going really well now. Had some other business ideas that I wanted to create as well for my other podcast show that I've just launched, The Profitable Sports Coach, and that's all around helping sports coaches enhance their business and how they can, create the business that they really want and also a great lifestyle from that. So I've been working on that, but, now it's time to come back to you and time to get into the stuff that I really love to talk about, share with you, and also help you to become the best sports person that you can for you, and also the best person that you can become for you as well. Because you know what? We're here to enjoy our life. We're here to express ourselves, and we just want to make the most of what we got, and if we can find areas in ways in which we can improve that we haven't thought of before, then, that's going to make and enhance our life to even, better outcomes that what we'd really like to do for sport, but also what we'd really like to do for life. So I'm back, ready for action, and today's episode is going to be a really impactful one, I feel. Because I don't know if you are aware that the Lionsgate portal is now open. Now, what is the Lionsgate portal, you ask? Well, it's a beautiful cosmic window that's now open. And I'm going to give you some background around the Lionsgate portal, but I'm also going to share with you why we're actually going to be working on expressing and using the Lionsgate portal to help us improve ourselves in our sport and where we're going to go and what we're going to do with that. So firstly, when we think of that sign of the Leo and that symbol of the lion, we usually think of that loud, aggressive roar, a really expressive force. But if you've spent real time in sports like I have, you know that true dominance in sport doesn't have to be an angry explosion. And you don't have to look like a jerk out on the field and screaming at everyone around you. So really, it's not about you being a jerk. It's not being a jerk to yourself, not being a jerk to your teammates, not exploding and carrying on at your self or even your teammates. I want you to be thinking about this. True power is quiet. It is steady. It is the absolute peace coming from knowing exactly what you're capable of. In today's episode, we're going to redefine what it means to channel your inner lioness. We are talking about building a deeply grounded, unshakable confidence that allows you to step onto the field and perform from a place of true calm. So let's just have a little bit of background here. What is the Lionsgate portal? The Lionsgate portal is a cosmic alignment that blends Egyptian mythology, modern astrology, and numerology. So here's the astronomical alignment, just so you get some context. The portal opens when the star Sirius rises and becomes visible again after being hidden by the sun's glare for 40 days. The first annual appearance of a star just before sunrise is called a heliacal rising. I hope I pronounced that correctly. The alignment, Earth, the Sun in Leo, and Sirius align perfectly in the morning sky. And Orion's belt in Egypt, this alignment causes the three stars of Orion's belt to point directly towards Sirius and line up with the Great Pyramids of Giza. Now, there's a historical and Egyptian context to this. So the ancient Egyptians tracked this event of the rising of the Sirius star as it coincided with the annual flooding of the Nile River. This flood brought rich, fertile soil, which meant survival, abundance, and literal rebirth of agricultural life. And because of this renewal, the heliacal rising of the Sirius star marked the official start of the Egyptian New Year. The spiritual significance: astrologers view Sirius as a second sun that illuminates our spiritual selves, while our physical sun lights up our physical world. The alignment is believed to pour in high frequency spiritual energy onto Earth, speeding up personal growth, intuition, and awakening. Occurring in Leo, the alignment channels the sign's traits: courage, heart-centered leadership, pride, and personal power. Now, the numerology of this portal, which is 8/8, if you actually turn the number 8 sideways, you'll see that it's the infinity symbol. And that infinity symbol represents boundless energy, eternal life, and the flow of the universe. So numerologists view 8 as the bridge between the material world and the spiritual world. So this repetition of 8/8 amplifies this energy, making it the focal point for setting big intentions and taking decisive action. Okay, Tiff, so how does this apply to what we're going to be doing moving forward? All right, so this is what we're going to be looking at. The first thing that we're actually going to be looking at is that trap of forced aggression versus a calm presence. So early in my athletic journey, my tennis career especially, I used to think I had to be the aggressive one, even out on the hockey field, even out on the soccer field. Any sport that I played, I felt like I needed to be really aggro and aggressive. I thought that confidence meant forcing the play, gritting my teeth, and being really loud. But over the years, the more I played sport, the more discoveries I made, the looking into why I didn't become the tennis player that I wanted to become when I was a teenager and early 20s. And the deeper I dug into performance psychology, also looking back at what held me back in my sport, the more I realized that something vital was going on. That hyper-aggression, in-your-face type stuff was often disguised as anxiety. Now, when we try to force a performance, especially using aggression, our muscles tense up, our breath becomes shallow, we lose our peripheral vision, and we make sloppy mistakes. And if you look at the lioness in the wild, she doesn't spend her day roaring to prove that she's dangerous. She doesn't waste her energy being frantic. She walks through the savannah with a completely calm and poised presence. She is totally at peace because she's entirely aware of her skill, her strength, and her focus. So I want you to be just taking that in and understanding that you don't need to alter your personality or become someone mean to win. You just need to step into your quiet certainty. So if you look at it from a sports psychology point of view, peak performance, when you're actually performing at your best in your sport, this is where we enter a flow state, or what we call the zone. Like everything's just so easy and we're hyper-focused. But the thing is, you can't force your way into the zone by being angry or over trying. I know that one. Tried that plenty of times. The zone requires a quiet mind. It requires you to be completely peaceful in your environment, trusting that you know what your body needs to do because you've done the work in training and you've done that work in practice. Now, confidence isn't the belief that you will never make a mistake. True confidence is the quiet peace of knowing that no matter what happens in the game, a bad call, a missed shot, a tough opponent, you are centered enough to respond with poise, clarity, and grace. So, how do we build this habit of calm confidence? Well, this is your ambition habit of the week. What we're going to do is we're going to build a centered anchor. And this anchor, we can call it the Centered Lioness anchor. So before your next match simulation, before your next heavy session of training, I want you to find 60 seconds of complete stillness. So number one, lower your arousal. So what you want to do here is close your eyes and take 3 long, slow breaths. Exhale twice as long as you do when you inhale so that you can drop your heart rate and signal to your nervous system that you are safe. So what does that mean? Something simple like you breathe in for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you breathe out for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the second thing I want you to do is to feel your weight. So what does that mean? Feel your feet flat on the ground. Physically ground yourself into the space that you are occupying. And number 3, set your focus word. Choose one word that embodies quiet power for you. Here's some examples for you. It could be poise. It could be smooth. It could be steady. It could be calm. Whatever works for you. So when you're stepping over that white line, stepping into your arena, you're not stepping out to fight the world, to fight your opponent. You are stepping into your own circle of peace and you let the game come to you. So remember, I want you to work on that habit this week, the Centered Lioness. Remember those 3 action steps that you need to take for you. I'll have them in the show notes so that you can remember them. But always remember this. You don't need to roar to be respected on the field. Your execution, your composure, and your quiet presence will do the talking for you. This week, give yourself permission to play from a place of peace. I always say you always want to be playing from a place of peace and calm within. That's my lessons learned all my life through sport. Peace and calm within. Now, this is a softer, deeper approach to confidence. Now, if this resonated for you, I would love it if you could share this episode with your friends so that you know that they could benefit from this also. Because you may have people in your life that need to hear this message. And when you get a chance, let me know what your focus word of this week is going to be, especially through this lion portal. So let's keep rising, let's keep breathing, and I'll see you in the next episode. Always dream big, believe in you, go after your dreams. Take care. This is the podcast where women rise together. Look forward to seeing you real soon. Bye for now.